Hello, students. Welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So, dear students, I believe and trust that you are in good health and strength, and we also thank the Almighty, for the gift of life. So, in this video that I want to introduce you, allow me that is take you through that is Ghosts by Chimamanda Adichie. So, Ghosts is one of the stories that we have in a silent song and other stories. So it is also the ninth. It is the ninth story. Remember, the that is the anthology A Silent Song and Other Stories has a number of has got 14 story, that is. So Ghost being the ninth. So when we now looking at this that is this story, we are going to number one, look at some brief information, that is some background information about the author, who is Chimamanda Adichie. Then we're also going to, look at the relevance of the title of this story, that is Ghosts, and maybe also getting to look at the plot summary, or rather the plot analysis. So uh, let us look at something that is about the author, that is Chimamanda Adichie Ngozi. So we are told that Chimamanda Adichie was born on 15th September, that is 1977, uh, and he is a Nigerian. So he's been a writer whose works include novels, short stories, and non-fiction. So Adichie has written the novels, that is Purple Hibiscus. We also have Half of a Yellow Sun and Americana. So the short story collection, we also have the short story collection, The Thing Around Your Neck, and the book-length essay, We Should All Be Feminists. So you can look at a number of, literary, works that the author of, that is Ghost, Chimamanda Adichie, has worked on. So her most recent books are Dear Jawele, or A Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions. So we can also talk about Zikora and Notes of Grief. So her fiction reveals her critical engagement with diaspora issues, feminism, and post-colonial problems. So uh, the next thing, that is now about the title of the book. So that is the title of the story. Sorry. So the title, that is Ghosts, is appropriate. It is the most appropriate for this story for several reasons. So the first case is that it refers to a character by the name Ikena Okoro, who was thought to have died during the war, but has unexpectedly returned as a ghost of his former self. So uh, James, who's also a character in the story, describes Ikena as a prominent voice against widespread corruption, and also presumably for Biafran independence. So this theme of the unexpected return of a person, the theme of unexpected return of a person believed to be dead, is recurring, motive throughout the story, as set, and I mean it also sets the stage, that is for the reader to consider the weight of the past and how it haunts the present. So another thing is that the title Ghosts, also refers to the visits of the narrator's deceased wife, that is Ebere, who appears to him in form of a ghost. So the narrators believe in that is in her ghostly presence, and the impact it has on his life is central to the story, and highlights some of the idea that the past cannot be fully escaped, and the memories of loved ones can linger long after they have passed away. So that is seen through the narrator, that is narrator's deceased wife, and the narrator recalling some of the past events. So the theme of war also ties to the title of Ghosts. That is, as it is, a haunting presence throughout the story. Remember, the narrator talks about some war, uh, some serious war that happened at some point in the past. So the war is described as something that has left its mark on the characters, that is shaping their lives and memories, and the lingering effects of the war on the narrator and his community can be seen, that is, as a form of ghost that will haunt them even though the war has ended. Remember, some of the thematic constants or some of the issues that we are going to come across, that is in the story, is war, that is war and its effects. So that is what uh, uh, lingers. The effects of the war is what lingers on the mind of the people of this community. So all those are seen as a form of ghosts that haunts them as they keep on recalling and remembering. So in James' mind, the war should have been an easy victory for his side. So furthermore, the university's current state, that is a state of corruption and pension issues faced by Ikena and the narrator, can also be seen, that is, as a ghost of the past, in the sense that the negative effects of past actions and leadership continue to haunt and affect the present. So this further highlights how the past can be ignored and it keep looming over people's lives. So I don't know whether it is okay if we talk about regrets, because they are closely related, because we are told that the people's past, keep on looming uh, over their lives. That is, some of the events that happened in the past keep on affecting the present day. So the fake drugs menace is another example of a present day issue that is linked to the past, as it is a symptom of a broken system that has not been fully addressed since the war. So these are that is title is fitting. It is the best title for the story, as it refers to some of the ideas in the past that are affecting the current lives of the people that we have. So let us look at the plot summary or the plot analysis of the story. So in Adichie's story, that is Ghost, it alludes to the 1967 to 1970 Biafra War in Nigeria, which she deploys as a pivotal vantage point to scan the realities of post-colonial Nigerian state. So the plot of the story unfolds through the narrative voice of one Professor James Nwoye, a retired 71-year-old mathematics professor who was at Nsukka University, and at the time it fell to the federal forces during the Civil War. So the protagonist in the story epitomizes the devastation of the war, having lost a child to it and suffered disruption and that is dislocation. We can talk about the displacement, of people. So the short story Ghost focuses on the present but flashes back to the past to reveal the harsh realities of the fictional post-colonial spaces it recreates. So it means that flashback is also a major style that we are also going to discuss in this short story. So the story is set on a university campus in Nigeria and follows the character of James Nwoye. So remember, we say that he is a retired professor. So as he reflects on his past, current life, and encounters with the ghost of his late wife, that is Ebere. So the story opens with James running into his former colleague Ikena Okoro, who was thought to have died. That is during the Nigerian Civil War, known as the Biafran War. But it is revealed that he did not die. People thought he had died, but uh, he reappeared. So James and Ikena remains. That is about the past, but their conversation also touches on the current state of the university, which is plagued by corruption and late pension payments. So, throughout the story, James reflects on the impact of the war on his life and how he and his fellow survivors have chosen to move on from it with a sense of implacable vagueness. So, focusing more on the fact that they have survived rather than the horrors they witnessed. So the theme or issue of the war is closely, intertwined with the theme of ghosts, as the trauma of the war is still very much present in James' mind and the ghost of his wife, Ebere. So Ebere visits James regularly, and he is confronted by her visits as she brings a sense of peace and familiarity to him. So, uh, as he is still, grieving her death. So James also mentions that the fake drugs epidemic is a new problem in Nigeria. So, and he is fearful. He fears that the man who produces these fake drugs might not be punished. So this makes it easier for him to produce more fake drugs that can lead to more deaths. So it means that there are no sanity in the health sectors. So the people who are mandated, or the leaders given the mandate to ensure that the health facilities are well equipped with, things like uh, drugs and all that and other equipment, have failed to do what? Have failed to do so. So that is something about, some of the events that we have in the story. So as it comes to a close, that is, as the story comes to a close, James reflects on the current state of his life. So he describes it as being neither good nor bad, but simply, his. So though nobody talks about the war, James suggests that everyone who experienced it lives with the memories of it, just like he does. So people ignore uh, the truth around, other living people, but the war lingers like a ghost. So the title Ghosts is fitting as it encapsulates, uh, encapsulates the multiple layers that is of the story. So from the literal ghost of Ibere to the metaphorical ghost of the war and its impact on James' lives, uh, and ever-present threat of fake drugs, which are likely which are like a ghost lingering in the background and causing that is harm without being seen. So, dear students, some of the key moments or key episodes that we have in Ghost. Number one, that is Professor James Nwoye's visit to the university. Then we have also the encounter with Ikena Okoro, who was believed to, had died. So there is also that, issue about the civil war. That is the talk about civil war that happened way back. Then also the discussion about the fake drug, sorry. Then Professor James Nwoye's, uh, getting back home. Uh, so that brings us to a close, dear students, and I hope you've had a wonderful time that is following the episode. So until next time, remember to keep it easy, Limo. Bye.